A breakfast meeting held at the United Counseling Service in Bennington on Monday, January 23rd, brought together legislators from across Bennington County with officials and workers of the Social Service Agency and other members of the public. Leaders of the Counseling Service, often referred to as UCS, spoke about the progress they had made in providing more services to those who seek out their help, and heard in return from the legislators, who offered praise for the organization while noting that once again, as in recent years, coming up with a balanced budget was going to be challenging. That implied that hopes for any increases in state support for UCS might at best be limited. UCS served close to 3,000 people in Bennington County last year and reaches area residents through Head Start, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and other mental health and substance abuse assistance programs. The agency employs about 300 people countywide and includes a branch office in Manchester.
Program have once again earned 5 stars, which is the highest quality rating. Our CRT program is one of only 3 programs in the state that are participating in open dialogue training, which is an evidence-based practice training model in working with people in a mental health crisis.
At the same time, the need for services keeps on growing as Bennington Police Chief Paul Doucette reminded the lawmakers and others in the audience. Across the state, and not just in Bennington County, social service agencies like UCS are struggling to keep up with the demand across a variety of fronts.
One of the issues that we face in law enforcement is we're dealing with far more people that have mental health and substance abuse issues. And you know, we're responding to elementary schools now to deal with children that are out of control. 30 years, right? This year for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Mm-hmm. I can remember doing commercials with Chris Capostacci on the Hill out here in front of the hospital when I was much better looking, skinnier, and a lot more hair. But the bottom line is those are the programs we have to look back and realize that UCS is very effective in this community. But in order to remain effective, we need the funding.
Other issues like staff turnover and the need for longer-term psychiatric facilities close to the Bennington County area were also discussed. The 8 legislators present, which included State Senators Dick Sears and Brian Campion, and Representatives Brian Keefe, Mary Morrissey, Linda Sullivan, Bill Botsow, Tim Corcoran, and Alice Miller, were sympathetic, but cautioned the audience that closing a budget gap and keeping costs under control was going to make the chances for significant increases in state funding a stretch. North Shore Representatives Linda Sullivan of the Dorset, Danby, Landgrove, Peru, and Mount Tabor District, and Brian Keefe, one of the representatives of the Arlington, Manchester, Sunderland, and Sandgate District, discussed that point after the breakfast ended.
When you come in as a new legislator and you hear, okay, there's no money, go help everybody, you wonder what do you do. But I think we need to look at what's in the general fund and how everything is being allocated and who wants to tap into the general fund. So I think that we need to be a little bit more fiscally responsible on the analysis of where the money is going. I am interested in seeing the governor's new allocation of his departments to see how you say maybe moving DCF funding over to his new division, if it even gets through. But I would like to see separation of duties in some of those departments. So if we have, say, DCF, they should deal with, say, social services directly to the people, take the monetary control away and put that under a financial division, and let's have them analyze it and see if we can streamline some of those funds and put them to other areas.
UCS, as a designated agency, they are a very important resource for us to really understand this. And as with new leadership at the Agency of Human Services, as they start developing their ideas, it's going to be very important for we as a delegation to understand how it affects us people here on the ground, because they're the people getting the job done. So we need to find those efficiencies and find the best way to serve people, and we need to do it by listening to people here in Bennington County.
For the GNet TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.